The rain is gone. A 2-hour delay, but now the sun is out and a sellout crowd ready for 400 miles in Pocono.
What if NASCAR's biggest drama this summer isn't happening on the track, but behind closed courtroom doors and inside the team garages? That's exactly the case in 2025, as legal tension over the sports franchise model and a technical scandal involving one of its top teams collide in a way that could reshape the future of stock car racing. NASCAR, known for its roaring engines and fierce rivalries, is now seeing just as much fire in federal courtrooms. On June 24th, 12 of the 15 chartered teams stood up to NASCAR's demand for 11 years of financial records. These teams say disclosing that kind of sensitive data, even with redactions, would strip away their competitive edge and violate existing contracts. The controversy centers on NASCAR's request for sponsorship contracts, driver salaries, and internal cost structures. It's part of a broader legal battle led by 23XI Racing, owned by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, and Front Row Motorsports. These two teams refused to sign the league's updated charter agreement and are now accusing NASCAR of monopolistic behavior. Their claim? That the charter system unfairly benefits legacy teams while keeping newcomers at a disadvantage. U.S. District Judge Kenneth Bell of the Western District of North Carolina promised a quick ruling, but just like last week, seemed exasperated at the lengths being taken in this brawl that for now is heading toward a December trial. 2025. His next decision could change everything, possibly forcing NASCAR to allow partial financial disclosure or uphold total privacy for teams. This case strikes at the heart of how NASCAR is run. The charter system was introduced in 2016 to provide team owners with stability, revenue sharing, and value, much like a franchise in the NBA or NFL. But it's not without criticism. Teams like 23X argue that the model is too rigid, rewards legacy teams unfairly, and makes it nearly impossible for smaller or newer teams to thrive. What makes the moment even more volatile is the timing. NASCAR is also rolling out its new in-season tournament, a high-stakes $1 million bracket challenge mimicking March Madness. While it's designed to inject mid-season excitement and media attention, it's unfolding right as internal trust and governance are being called into question. As the bracket heats up, so do questions about how NASCAR allocates value and opportunity. Does the tournament offer underdogs a real chance at stardom, or is it another stage where powerhouse teams dominate? Can NASCAR genuinely balance spectacle with structure, especially as its legal underpinnings are under fire? While this legal battle simmers, another fire broke out inside the garage at Hendrick Motorsports. The number 17 car, driven by Chase Elliott during a recent Xfinity Series race at Pocono, was found in violation of NASCAR's technical rules. Post-race inspections revealed unauthorized modifications to the car's mainframe rail conical receivers, a breach of sections 14.3.3.2.1.1 K and L of the rulebook. NASCAR dropped the hammer.
The draft is so big when you come off of turn 2. You want to be on that outside lane. You see on the bottom right there, those cars, the outside, all the momentum is up there. Oh, look at Jesse Love getting loose. You see Sammy Smith is right on his bumper right there. And you know, Ryan, the one thing for me at this track, it doesn't feel fast until that moment happens.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Austin Hill, a winner here, out of line, a little 2 for 1 as he takes it to the tunnel turn.
Hendrick was hit with an L one-level penalty, a $40,000 fine, a 40-point deduction in owner standings, a 10-point playoff deduction, and a 3-race suspension for crew chief Adam Wall. These penalties directly impact the part-time Xfinity campaign that Hendrick has used for developing talent and giving Cup Series stars extra seat time. The impact isn't just financial or points-based. Adam Wall's absence could disrupt team communication, race day strategy, and driver development, especially for rookie Corey Day, who shares time in the number 17. Hendrick chose not to appeal, signaling their intent to take the hit and regroup. This isn't the first time Hendrick has been caught pushing technical boundaries. Just last year, the team was penalized for unauthorized hood louvers in the Cup Series. It's clear NASCAR is closely monitoring compliance and willing to hand out significant penalties even to top-tier teams. These back-to-back headlines, one legal, one mechanical, are shaping the narrative for NASCAR's 2025 season. Behind every lap and leaderboard is a deeper fight over structure, power, and fairness. Meanwhile, fans are watching all of this unfold with a mix of intrigue and concern. On Reddit and social media, debates rage over whether the charter system is choking competition or providing necessary stability. Others argue whether Hendrick's penalty was proportionate or a sign of favoritism finally being addressed. For many longtime followers, it's not just about who wins the next race. It's about who controls the sport's future. Will new owners like Jordan be able to shake the foundation, or will traditional powerhouses keep their grip on the sport? Even beyond the immediate players, sponsors and advertisers are paying attention. When transparency is demanded in legal filings and car modifications are punished with fierce penalties, the message to corporate partners is clear. NASCAR is serious about cleaning house. But at what cost to creativity, innovation, and business flexibility? As the sport stands at this crossroads, the implications are massive. If the court forces financial transparency, it could shift power dynamics and open the door for more competitive balance, or lead to an exodus of private investors fearing exposure. If the charter system is revised or dismantled, it could change how teams operate, negotiate with sponsors, or even qualify for races. At the same time, NASCAR's technical enforcement is drawing clear lines in the sand. Teams are being told there's no room for interpretation when it comes to engineering. Gray areas are now red flags. What we're seeing is a dual transformation. On one hand, there's a call for modernization and equity in the boardroom. On the other, there's a hard reset on the idea that success can come from bending rules in the garage. And then there's the public optics. NASCAR's image is riding a fine line, balancing innovation and legacy, freedom and control. These legal and regulatory moves will shape how fans, sponsors, and teams perceive the league for years to come. What's more, the way NASCAR handles these situations sets a precedent. Will future teams facing similar infractions receive consistent penalties? Will NASCAR create a clearer framework for teams to navigate technical innovation without crossing the line? The answers to these questions will influence how teams prepare, how engineers build, and how drivers race. Meanwhile, younger drivers entering the scene, many of them part-time in the Xfinity Series or newly signed to developmental contracts, are observing these events closely. It's not just about learning to race anymore. It's about understanding the politics, the paperwork, and the fine print that shape the sport they're stepping into. If NASCAR hopes to attract new talent and investment, the ecosystem needs to feel stable, fair, and transparent. The next big moment comes on July 12th at Sonoma, where Hendrick will continue its Xfinity campaign without its full crew. By December, the courtroom could deliver a verdict that reshapes how NASCAR operates from the top down. So the question remains, will the sport evolve into something fairer and more transparent, or will it double down on tradition and control? In a season packed with on-track battles, the real war for NASCAR's future is being fought off the asphalt, in spreadsheets, in rule books, and in court. If you thought the real race was on the track, think again. The biggest moves this season might be happening in courtrooms and garages. So what do you think? Is NASCAR heading for a revolution or just another reboot? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you're following the drama, and don't forget to subscribe for the next twist in the story that's reshaping racing as we know it.